This is Hidden Killers with Tony Brueski. Here now, Tony Brueski.
Right now, though, let's go into Alec Murdaugh and take a look at his performance on the stand as we get ready for Donna, another narcissist that, said, I got to get up there. I got to tell my story because, gosh darn it, people like me. So right off the bat, Murdaugh plants his flag. I did not shoot my wife and son. This is the famous opening line of Alec Murdaugh. Take a look.
Mr. Murdaugh, on June 7th, 2021, did you take this gun or any gun like it and shoot your son Paul in the chest in the feed room at your property off Moselle Road?
No, I did not.
Mr. Murdaugh, did you take this gun or any gun like it and blow your son's brains out on June 7th or any day or any time?
No, I did not.
Mr. Murdaugh, if you take a 300 blackout, such as this, and fire it into your wife Maggie's leg, torso, or any part of her body?
No, I did not.
Did you shoot a 300 blackout into her head, causing her death?
Mr. Griffin, I didn't shoot my wife or my son anytime. Ever.
He was nodding. Did you see that? I think I missed that the first time.
Yeah.
Like, I did not shoot my wife or my kid, nodding up and down. What? That's not how people normally speak, is it?
I did not shoot my wife.
I didn't. Yeah.
I did not shoot my. I mean, it's a weird thing to even do. Like, just even try and do it. Try and answer a question. Yeah.
It's hard doing the affirmative while shaking your head. Like, yeah, I totally want to go with you. Your body is just not trained to do that. It's weird.
And the thing is, the Alec Murdaugh trial was another one where if you were following it, there was a dramatic twist. And we're about to take a look at that here in a second, because Alec had told this story the whole time that he was at the house. We went up to the house and his wife and son were down at the feed room, but he was up at the house, like laying down. I forgot all the details because it's been a while, but his story was he wasn't down there. And then on the stand, it all changed. Suddenly he admits on the stand that he's been telling a lie in the murder trial of his family at the key moment of the murder. And everybody should just believe it because it's Alec and he has a lot of snot that comes out of his nose. So if you're triggered by people with snot flying out of their nose, this is your warning right now. Take a look.
I did lie to them.
Did you lie to Agent Owen and Agent Croft on the follow-up interview on June 10th that the last time you saw Maggie and Paul was at dinner?
I did lie to them.
And in the interview of August 11th, did you tell Agent Owen and Agent Croft, did you lie to them by telling them that you were not down at the kennels on that night?
Yes.
Why? Why are you lying? Why? What logical reason does one have to lie about the key moment when your family is being murdered if you had nothing to do with it?
And that's the $1 million question, really.
And then expect other people to just be like, well, he lied about it because it makes sense. Well, because of this other thing that's going on over in his life. Well, that's two thoughts. Most people can barely get past half of one. Yeah. So to think that they're going to connect all these dots over here, Alec, and think that your addiction story is going to work, but that's what he attempted to do. He tries to offer some context. Opioid addiction and paranoia, he says, caused him to mislead investigators. And here is how he explained just that.
As my addiction evolved over time, I would get in these situations or circumstances where I would get paranoid thinking It could be anything that triggered it. It might be a look somebody gave me. It might be a reaction somebody had to something I did. It might be a policeman following me in a car. That night, June 7th, after finding Mags and Paul, don't talk to anybody without Danny with you. All my partners were just repeatedly telling me that. I had a deputy sheriff taking gunshot test from my hands. I'm sitting in a police car with David Owen asking me about my relationship with my wife and my son. And all those things coupled together after finding them, coupled with my distrust for SLED, caused me to have paranoid thoughts. Normally, when these paranoid thoughts would hit me, I could take a deep breath real quick and just think about it, reason my way through it, and just get past it really quickly. On June the 7th, I wasn't thinking clearly. I don't think I was capable of reason. And I lied about being down there. And I'm so sorry that I did.
He's like the George W. Bush of the Murdaugh family.
Oh, goodness gracious.
He has all the weird kind of I was thinking like, who does he remind me of? And I'm just George W. Bush.
A younger George.
A younger George, just very animated. Like you could kind of you'd want to have a beer with the guy, but at the same time, the same reason everybody elected George W. Bush. And then it's like, oh, well, when shit hits the fan, he might not be the best person to be in the power position that he's in. But that kind of feels like Alec Murdaugh in some ways. Mm-hmm. Just the, and the rest of his family, fairly successful. They got their shit going on, and there's Alec over there kind of effing things up. That's kind of what he reminds me of. What did you think of that story? I mean, do you think he believes that story? Was he more convincing to you than Betty?
Oh, there's a loaded question. This guy is just a flat out liar. Like there's so much in his life so much fraud in his life. Mm-hmm. And I've known a lot of people like that, more people than I'd like to admit that I've known about. I think they truly believe it because they have to. Not because they're trying to be nefarious, but because this is their world. So they have to buy into what they're selling. Mm-hmm. And I think they believe it at their core. Yeah. And that's what I get from him. He's just so full of bullshit, but even he's buying it.
I have to tell you, in watching him and putting these clips and stuff together, I was like, I feel bad for this guy. Mm-hmm. He looks like he's in tremendous pain. There's parts of these clips where he's bawling and blah, blah, blah. And he's gotten to be a very good actor. Yes. Very good actor.
Well, look at the lifestyle he lost. So he may be grieving. I don't think he's grieving for what we want him to grieve for. I think he's grieving the loss of the control. Mm-hmm. I think he's grieving that he has lost the narrative here. Somebody else got a hold of it, and it was the law.
He obviously, there's so many things that we can easily factually say he did. All of the financial crimes and the way he screwed people over in such horrible ways. I mean, taking money from families that were pretty much destitute and leaving them destitute.
And he wasn't. He didn't. And he wasn't. Money.
No, he just took it and never gave it over to them. I mean, so his heartlessness we can see with the cash. The murder of his wife and son, I don't see how it could have been anyone else, but I do still wonder. who may have pulled the trigger if it wasn't him. Do I think he was involved? Yes.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
But do I think he did it himself? I don't know. And the reasoning I know sounds extreme, and that's the reason they convicted him, though, was, it was basically narcissistic collapse. It was familial side. And you're killing everybody around you that's going to be looking down upon you and is going to be, giving you grief, and you're going to have to feel shame. And God knows narcissists don't want to feel shame. So rather than just run away from it, sometimes they will stop those very things that are going to bring that shame in. And that happened to be his wife and his son. And preventing that shame from reaching him, maybe in his drugged up state, as he fully admitted to being, pretty still high up on the opiates and shit. Maybe that overrode everything. And it was, I got to get rid of them because I don't want to feel this. At the end of the day, once the high ends off and you're back to common sense thinking, you're like, I shouldn't have killed my family. But I wonder if that happened. Or I do wonder if this was a hit of some sort. And I do wonder if more people were threatened in that. I mean, this is kind of the NBC Sunday night movie version of it. Yeah. Of were more people threatened in his family of like, I'm killing these two because you screwed this over here, or some other financial dealing he had that he screwed somebody out on. And you're going to take the rap for it. And if you don't, I'm going to kill everybody else in your family too. I wonder. I mean, again, that feels like the made for TV, movie, but this feels like a bad made for TV movie to begin with.
Yeah, it does. It's painful to watch. I also wish somebody would have given him a glass of water. Just the dry mouth, and maybe it's because we're in media and have been our entire lives, but
he didn't deserve a glass of water.
Oh, he was talking. The rest of us had to listen to it. I hate
Somebody
that.
should have given him a sponge with vinegar and held it over on a spike and said, "Drink, bitch."
Oh my!
That would have been a fun moment in that trial. Let's watch one more piece of Alec Murdaugh here. This is a key moment where he's addressing the victims. This is his apology. Let's watch and we'll discuss on the other side.
I'm sorry to my son, Buster. I'm sorry to Grandma and Papa T. I'm sorry to both of our families.
Oh, this is the snot warning time.
Yep. Here it comes.
And most of all, I'm sorry to Mags and Pawpaw.
And I think, if I remember right, when it was going on, it kind of kept going on in all the colloquialisms of everybody. And Mama Q, and Bubba Doo, and Clock-a-Coo. And then
what's the oh god, I can't remember the movie with Will Ferrell where he's a race car driver and they're doing the prayer at the table with the KFC.
Oh, that's Talladega Nights, right?
Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, baby Jesus. And I mean, they're just naming everybody from the Bible. That's what it felt like to me.
Well, and it's a strategy to make him feel folksy, to make him feel local. And honest to God, now that this last summer was down in that part of the country for a week, the locals talk like that. They're very nice. They're very friendly. I loved it down there. I thought it was wonderful, but it made me think everywhere I went, I'm talking to Alec Murdaugh. And, especially when they bring up, Mama Q's grits and then, Alec comes out and he's got, his, the specials on the restaurant menus. They have Alec Murdaugh specials at every restaurant in the South. It's really, amazing.
Stop.
I'm kidding. No.
And I'm like, are you serious?
In the Low Country, yes. Yeah. I won't go into what that could possibly be because that could get pretty bad pretty quick. But I don't know. I mean, he's a weirdly striking figure that I still have questions about. And we'll see if he gets another trial. That's the other end of it. It has nothing to do with Donna Adelson. But, if we're going to talk about possible or not reasons for acquittal, but reasons for a retrial, Alec Murdaugh certainly cannot argue ineffective assistance of counsel. He had a good counsel.
Want more on this case and others? Then press subscribe now and don't miss a moment of true crime coverage from Tony Brueski and the Hidden Killers podcast.